Hello there, comrades, and welcome to Tropico 6, the closed beta of Tropico 6, which I got just now, actually. And, Lenin published a testament that Stalin should be immediately removed from power, as Lenin was not sure if he can be trusted to use something. Yeah, I just got it, and I'm gonna play it. I don't know that much about it, other than we're gonna have a female El Presidente, Roman Emperor, soldier. Oops. Here we go. Cigar, of course. What's this one? I can't really tell the difference. These are locked because it's the beta. Complexion Hispanic, sure. Makeup, none. Alright, whatever. Ethnic, hair color, okay. And then we have traits. Normal, apologetic. You've always thought that a good apology was priceless. It has got you out of many scrapes in your political career, and your puppy dog eyes melt the hearts of even the most ruthless enemies. Standing penalty for rejecting demands is decreased by 90%. Participants in protests that have been ended by force are less likely to turn rebel. Charismatic. People can't help but liking you, even when you're signing a death warrant. Increases standing with each faction by 1, and the relations with each superpower by 1. Corrupt. Swiss bank account, of course. Manipulative. Standing gain for praising a faction in election speeches is increased by 25%. The relation loss for asking a superpower for financial aid is decreased by 10%. Praising a superpower increases relations by additional 25%. So that's also a bit charismatic, making people like you. Pyromaniac, this one's funny. There's a 10% chance for buildings to catch fire after being visited by El Presidente. The efficiency of all fire stations is increased by 0.2. Spatial Sense Prodigy increases the stockpiles of all buildings, the loading capacity of all teamsters and ships, and the maximum passenger limit of planes and tourist ships by 2%. That one is actually very good. Workaholic increases the efficiency of all buildings by 0.01, decreases the job happiness of all buildings by 5. Let's do Spatial Sense Prodigy. I think that one will actually be the best one. And then we can customize the presidential palace as well, which is quite neat. We can get some, basic layouts of what it looks like. Get 3 different ones, 3 small ones, sure. Red carpet, that's funny. Irregular cobblestone, we just have cobble. Boundary, brick wall, hedge, light military, heavy military. Victorian. So these are ones that, yeah, you unlock them in different stages. Let's just do a hedge. Rooftop extension. We can have fish tank, glass pyramid, helipad, public server announcement, a rooftop garden. Let's do a glass pyramid. What does that one say? It doesn't say anything. Okay, garden. Pool, bunker. That's funny. We can be a bit of a hobbyist. Survive a military coup, and we get that. Okay. Hedge maze. Let's just have a flamingo pond. Decoration small. Banner. Tropico flags. Flagpoles. Although I don't see any flags on those flagpoles. Air dancer. Wacky wavy inflatable tubeman. These look exactly the same. This one, oh, this is just. That's interesting. This one says it's a statue, but it's clearly not. Let's do banner. Deco medium, hedge, pond with a fountain. Sure. Large. Cherry tree, fountain classic, fountain gothic, gazebo, weirwood tree. That's a nice Game of Thrones reference. I love a good gazebo. And then we can change the color. Ooh, this is cool actually. I like this. Let's have a red palace. and red and possibly, let's do orange. Windows style can have the resolution of those. Oh, there we go. Just take a second to load. Let's just go with these ones. Open-sided dwelling with a thatched roof made of dried palm leaves, very useful in hot weather and therefore very common on Mexican beaches. I think that might be the wrong description for that one, but alright. Layer 3. Oh, okay, nice. I see. Let's just do beige. Brickwork, plaster, stucco, sandstone. Let's do brickwork. There we go. Done. Yes. I hope that's saved. Now we can do a new game. This is a closed beta notification thing. We can do missions, we can do sandbox. I think because there are only 2 missions unlocked at the moment. The very first joint adventure of El Presidente and his loyal aide Penultimo. The story tells of how they met, a murder conspiracy, and Penultimo's masterful plan to find out. Okay, I think we're gonna do sandbox, and we're gonna do it on Columna. Ooh, there are Penultimo of the Caribbean. Let's do it on this one, Columnas Rotas, which means ruined columns, I think, destroyed columns, something. My Spanish isn't that great. We'll start in the colonial era and work our way up. Starting population, 100, that seems fine. 50,000 starting money. Foreign aid difficulties, fair. Caribbean happiness. We'll just leave all of that as it is. Tasks. Oh, I see. No, I think we're just gonna not set a victory thing, we're just gonna play it. See what happens. So, reviews. I've seen a few reviews of this game, and the reviews are basically mostly the game is so beautiful, it looks so good. And I mean, sure, I guess it does. That's not really why I played Tropico though, is it? Task overview, that's not a thing yet because we haven't gotten our first task. Okay, so we can relocate buildings, that's good. We can select El Presidente. I'm gonna move El Presidente over here if I can. This is a banana plantation. Trade, available, accept a trade rate, buy trade license. Sure. Yes. We have 2 ones available. Oh, okay, I see. Import. Can we export bananas? Gold? No. Alright, fine. We will build another plantation. That's usually the first thing I do. Do we have... let's just look at what we have actually at the moment. So space is zooming out and you can zoom back in. So we have a different islands that we can work with. That's good. We have one of these things that I believe can be made into like a tourist thing, as they could in Tropico 5. Okay, so we have a Teamsters office and a construction office. Very nice. Those are good to have. And then we have a whole bunch of buildings. We have... This is a church. But for some reason it's turned around, so the road isn't connected to it. But I think you can walk there anyway. I think that's fine. Bunkhouses, country houses. Now bunkhouses... Focus building, information, low quality residential building for 6 household, tenants must be at least poor. And country houses, interesting. Modernize. Okay, so it doesn't actually say, but in Tropico 5, country houses actually grew their own food. So in these little gardens here, they would grow their own food, so you didn't need to build groceries. But now we have bunkhouses, which I think might need that either people have to get their food by going to the banana plantation, which I think is what they're going to do, or we have to build a grocery. But we probably don't have to do that because oh, we'll look at the colonial area in a minute. We probably don't have to do that because then that would probably be there in the start. Oh, raiding is a new thing in Tropico 6. You basically send pirates out to steal stuff and bring it back. It's a bit like the spying mechanic in Tropico 5, which was, you know. Food for the people. Citizens consume 2 units of food when eating, increases the general food quality by 10, decreases capitalist standing by 10, decreases communist standing by 5.
Citizens who are all skin and bones. By doubling food rations, you can make everyone happy. Well, except for the wealthy tycoons whose market economics thrive on scarcity. But everyone else will be mildly pleased at your generous gesture. Besides, it will be years before the detrimental health effects of chronic obesity will get noticed. Right? Am I right? I'm right.
Yes. Thank you, Penultimo. So we're going to issue this edict just to make sure that people don't starve to death and food happiness will go up. No free lunch. We could issue both of these. So both citizens eat twice as much and they have to pay for their food. But we're not going to do that one because our goal is to ensure that everyone has enough to eat. Mandatory siesta increases the job quality of each workplace by 15%, decreases the efficiency of all workplaces by 12%, decreases the pollution of all workplaces by 10%. Also, there's like a star thing here, which I don't know what that means. So this is like paid vacation, I suppose. Increases the quality of workplaces by 15%. It decreases efficiency. So that's something we're going to look into. Not right at this very moment, we're not going to do it. We do have a 68% support already, so I think we should be fine so long as no one is complaining about job quality being very low. We're going to look at the almanac actually and see where we're at with that. But we're going to build a plantation, that's the first thing we're going to do. Coconut harvester? That's a thing? What? Oh man, I know. Wow, that's interesting. New building. Okay. We're gonna build a coconut harvester just because I find that hilarious. And then we're gonna build a road to connect it. There we go. Landing. Okay, so tourists. Right, okay, so tourists don't use the docks to get here. They use this. Teamster port. Enables Teamsters to transport goods to other islands. Right, so this is for if we're building stuff on the other islands. Right now we're just going to stick to this one island. And that should be fine. How much money do we have? 47,000. That's not bad. Trade. Accept a trade route. Okay. Gold. Coffee, sugar, rubber. Okay. Logging camp, Fisherman's Wharf, Ranch, Mine. The plantation. Corn, sugar is good. We'll build it right here next to the palace, because why not? And then we will accept a sugar trade route. And then we might be able to do a second one. No, okay. Coffee, rubber, meat, gold. Alright, we're just gonna stick to the one trade route, and then we'll export everything else without a trade route. Industry, lumber, tannery, county, bunkhouse, mansion, tavern, circus. Tavern is good. We need one of those. Do we have one? What's this? What's that? Oh, that's the tavern. Okay, never mind. We already have a tavern, so we're fine. Theatre, opera house, newspaper library. Generates knowledge for the research of regime tools. Increases liberty nearby. Publishes propaganda. So it does both. It both increases liberty and it publishes propaganda. Well, that's nice, I suppose. Library. Right, we're gonna build one of these. We'll just build it right over here. We're not gonna. Well, I don't think we need the newspaper. Not at this very moment. Chapel, already have one. Grocery, probably don't need one. Fort, Pirate Cove. This one is for sending out raids, which we might build in a minute. The dungeon enables you and the police to arrest people and keeps them in custody. I don't think we need that right now. We might need them later. And these are special things. You can basically steal like the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty and stuff from other countries, which is funny. we're going to do the era outline. Right. Colonial era. Your mandate time as governor of Tropico is limited, just like in Tropico 5. Complete crown demands to extend your mandate. Send pirates on raids to get extra goods or people. Undertake heists to steal unique world wonders with special effects. Complete trade rates for extra revenue and diplomatic gains. Rule your way by researching edicts and building productivity options. Expand to remote islands using landings when team supports. Use newspapers to spread propaganda and influence the people. So it's very similar to Tropico 5. Overall happiness is 32. Food happiness is pretty high since we, increased that, took that edict. Health happiness is pretty low because I don't believe we can build clinics yet. Job happiness is at 30. Nothing has really happened yet. 54 people are unemployed, but that's gonna change once we finish building the plantations and stuff. Housing happiness, faith is going down. I don't really know why. Fun, liberty, safety. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Homeless, unemployed, healthcare. We don't have any healthcare buildings, and I don't think we can build any either. Well, how do you go back? Okay. Source bank account, balance, faction standing. Revolutionaries versus the royalists, of course. Rebel threat is none. Superpower relations, the crown. Okay, so we got the revolutionaries here. Okay. Now, obviously in the colonial era we don't have votes at all, so it doesn't really matter. Like in Tropico 5 as well, I'm appealing to the royalists. There was never really any point in doing that, which is interesting, because they're a faction, but you don't get anything from appealing to them. And in Tropico 5 at least, you can't progress to the next era without appealing to the revolutionaries. That's how you do it. That's how you keep going. Coffee, sugar, rubber, gold. Should we build a coffee plantation? Coffee. Nah, we would have to build it like all the way over there. Rubber? We can build a rubber plantation. Sure. That's probably good for the environment. Oh well, it's fine. We'll just do... Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. Let's cancel that. So this seems to work pretty much exactly like in Tropico 5. Boats come in, and Tropico, all the Tropico games, I suppose. Boats come in, you export, you get money, you can import if you want, if you choose to. You don't have to. Yeah, for the most part the game seems pretty much the same. I am very interested in seeing how the politics of everything works though. That is definitely something I'm interested in. Research, yeah, we're building the library. Construction, task overview. Right, we don't have any tasks yet. Select El Presidente. Visit building. Visit this plantation. The Presidente is just walking around, doing random things. Monoculture, right. So this is an interesting addition to Tropico 6. Monoculture is basically the basic setting. Multiculture decreases the efficiency by 60%. The plantation does not decrease the fertility over time. The plantation gets 20% efficiency for other plantations in the vicinity with a different crop running the same work mode. So if these two, this banana plantation and this sugar plantation, now I don't know how close they have to be, but I think this might be a bit too far. But if these two were next to each other, then we could enable multiculture, and we will get a 20% increase in efficiency. And 20, 40, 60, so we need 3 of them next to each other to cancel out for it to be worth using this. So if we have 3 plantations next to each other, we can enable multiculture, and then that stops fertility decreasing over time. And if we have 4 plantations next to each other, then that will increase the efficiency of the plantations, all of the plantations, to 120%. So really, ideally, a lot of plantations should be next to each other, but they have to be different crops. So we can't have like multiple sugar plantations next to each other, for example. They have to be different. So that is interesting. And how, if we can do that, I don't know, but yeah, so fertility decreases slowly over time. So this plantation in, you know, eventually is not going to be very efficient anymore, unless we enable multiculture, which we should ideally. Okay, approve portfolio. Okay, so all of these buildings have work modes, which I think was also the case in Tropico 4, but they removed it in Tropico 5. Okay, so that's the basic setting, and this is support public services. Efficiency is decreased by 25%. The efficiency of each high school and college is increased by 10% on meeting budget. Bonus can be accumulated to a cap of 30%. Okay, so if we have high schools or colleges nearby, then that's,
Governor,
you know.
the people have a request, but for safety reasons, it is a secret request.
Only I know what it is, and several dozen loose-lipped freedom fighters. And you're spies. In fact, you almost certainly knew what we wanted before we did. In which case, please do it and we shall say no more. Build a chapel. Rewards. One can be chosen. 10 revolutionary immigrants, 2,000 buckaroos. Get a random blueprint. Accept, demand in time, 175 days. Consequence of not accepting in time, -5 revolutionary standing. Oops. Yeah. Like, build a chapel. Yeah, I suppose we'll do that now. Religion in Tropico is interesting because, at least in Tropico 5, I'm basing a lot of my knowledge on Tropico 5. You can choose... Oh, there's a crown demand.
Always more. Hop to it. The crown demands.
Fulfill an export trader with the crown. Yes, we'll do that. That's fine. So religion. If you increase, you know, if you build religious buildings, then religious people will be happy with you, but there will also be more religious people on the island, and so it's kind of like a double-edged sword a bit, because if you don't build religious buildings, then the religious people will be unhappy, but there will be less religious people, and so less people will be unhappy because those who aren't religious don't care. So if you build a whole bunch of religious buildings, then basically everyone will be religious, and then you will have to keep building more religious buildings, which will cost you a bunch of money. So I'm going to accept this one and build a chapel. But it's interesting to think about that, you know, it might not be worth it in the long run. That's obviously, I mean, that's not a comment on religion in the real world, that's just a comment on religion in the game. Okay, so we're gonna build a chapel. A second chapel, because we already have one. Let's just build it right across the road from the library, because... Sure. I don't know, maybe they have Bibles in the library or something. It's... Okay, how many homeless people do we have? Now, this one is... Okay, so these bunkhouses aren't full. So, so the problem isn't that we don't have the houses. The problem is that we have empty houses, basically. And we need people to work to work and get wages, so that they can afford to live in houses. Sorry, I'm just gonna move my microphone a bit. Now I've moved my microphone now. Should be fine. My microphone was just kind of in the way of the screen, which is funny. Yeah, we seem to be doing fine at the moment. We're making good money. We can probably build another plantation if we want. Or a fisherman's wharf. Build it over here or something. Yeah, let's just build it right here. Or right there. And then we will get a road and just do shit. Hang on. That. There we go. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Why? Come on. Okay. Let's just do that then. It doesn't look that. What? Oh, what? Seriously? For fuck's sake. Okay, fine. We'll do this. Even though it looks terrible. Okay, so this is local consumption. Yes, that's fine. How much is this producing? It's coconut clutter. It's not really producing anything. Oh no, 305 coconuts. Okay, I see. And then we have I keep holding down right click to move the camera around, but it's middle click. Right click brings up the construction thing. Okay. Neat. We might need another like Teamster's office and stuff. Safe load, loose load. Each Teamster might lose up to 5% of its freight. No, that. Okay, what do we want? Let's get the immigrants. Construction office. Better safe than sorry. Ignores safety regulation. 10% risk of death. Okay, no, we want the safety's good. Help first, preach later. Service quality is decreased by 10. If visitors have their healthcare happiness lower than 20, they will also receive healthcare service with the quality of 20. That sounds good. Let's get that, because we don't have any clinics. Normal, stack them higher. Okay, so that's just shoving more people in. Workers, right? Okay. Focus building, relocate, select, customize. More guards. Okay. Can we use these guards to... Oh no, I get exploring the island isn't a mechanic in this game. In Tropico 5 and in Tropico 4 as well, I believe, you had to discover part of the island before you could build on them. But then, now in this one, you know, everything's discovered right away. Which is nice, actually, because it was just annoying to spend a bunch of money on exploring the island. Because, I mean, you could already see it. You just had to send troops there. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, okay. 6 out of 6, 5 out of 6, 8 out of 6. Okay,
Well,
so...
you did the right thing, which is
yeah, extend my mandate, please. I would like to be El Presidente. Well, I'm not president, I guess I'm local governor. Can I do that? Oh no, World Wars. Okay, gotcha. Anything else we want to do? Food and resources. Another plantation, maybe? How about this rubber plantation that we almost built before, but then failed at building? Let's just build it like this or something. Right there. Or right there. No, right there. Cool. And then we will open trade screen. Coconut, yes, accept. And sugar and rubber. We have 2 of these. Sugar. We'll do sugar. And then we could build another trade license. Or buy another trade license. Get rubber. Accept. And then is there anything else? Gold, rum. Okay. So the reason the reason that there are two rubber ones is so that you can export twice as much rubber, I believe. Or yeah, I suppose. Maybe not. I don't know. 91% support. They would certainly vote for me in relation to the certain number of citizens eligible to cast a vote. The actual votes cast for you on election day might be higher, depending on the currently undecided citizens. Gotcha. It might also be lower. So both are pretty happy with me. Royalists, I mean the revolutionaries more so than the royalists.